Hey guys, Metal Jesus here, and I'm back with some gameplay footage of me playing the first half an hour or so, up to the first boss battle, of the excellent Bowser's Fury. This is part of the Super Mario 3D World that came out recently on the Switch. Now, Super Mario 3D World was originally released on the Wii U, and as we all know, the Wii U didn't exactly do very well, and so I think it was really smart for Nintendo to bring Super Mario 3D World to the Switch, expose it to a larger audience, obviously, because the game is really great. I love that. But to everyone's surprise, they tacked on this extra game here called Bowser's Fury. Now, Bowser's Fury is much more than just, like, say, a typical DLC or, expansion pack or more levels. It's actually a little bit of a reimagining of the entire 3D Mario game, because in many ways it's more open world. It's more kind of just explore it. A lot of people have kind of compared it a little bit to Breath of the Wild. I think that's a bit of a stretch, but it's interesting to see where potentially Nintendo could take the franchise going forward. Also, one of the surprises in this game is that I'm not going to say it has a day-night cycle, because I don't really think that's technically what it is. But essentially, Bowser is pissed off. You're not entirely sure why. And Bowser Jr. is asking for your help. And essentially what happens here is that every couple minutes or so, seems to be anywhere between 3 and 5 minutes, depending on how far into the game you are, the furious version, the dark version of Bowser shows up, and he's freaking awesome looking, by the way. He looks like it looks like something of a Godzilla movie or something like that. But essentially it starts to rain, the skies darken, and then the entire world kind of changes, because not only does the look change, but the feel of it as well. The levels change, what you can do in the levels. Also, some of the enemies change. For instance, in the very beginning here, you see these cute little kittens that are hanging out on this level. Well, when it turns dark and when it starts to rain, they become really evil and they actually attack you. And like many of the other 3D Mario games, there is just a ton of things to explore. You see me playing through it right here, and as I'm recording this audio and watching this, I'm already seeing stuff I'm missing in the background. It's just one of those games where, again, you're going to be able to play it, and try to find and 100% it. I guess I should also say that, by the way, that this game is not necessarily very long. I believe most people complete it in about 3 hours. If you want to probably find everything, it's going to take a couple hours longer than that. So, just be thinking it's going to be taking about anywhere from 3 to 5 hours to complete it. So again, it's definitely kind of like a bonus game, but there is a lot to explore here. Oh yeah, and I should mention that when you first start it, Bowser Jr. asks you for help, and it's interesting because essentially the game asks you, like, how much help do you want to get from him? So, basically what's happening here is that normally a second player would be controlling him, but in this version of it, you can, when you're playing single player, you can actually control how much help you want. So, people have asked me what I set that to in this one. I set it to, I believe, as little as possible or something like that. There's basically none, a little bit, and a lot or something like that. So, and I think actually a little bit is fine, because he does a lot of fetching for you, some stuff that would, you'd normally have to go and get the coins yourself. Sometimes he attacks and you'll see that, but again, it's not so overwhelming that it takes away from the game. I actually found that it was kind of nice just to have him there to kind of get some coins that were, normally you'd have to kind of chase after, and he'll get them for you. So again, I thought that was a really interesting little touch, something that they added in there that I wasn't expecting. And you can kind of control him too. So you'll see that every once in a while there'll be like question marks on the side of, a wall or building or something like that. And essentially what you can do is you can use the motion controls of the controller to then aim, where you want him to go, and then he'll clean off, or he uses his paintbrush to expose what's underneath. Not entirely sure how that all works out at the game. I haven't finished this one yet, so it's a little bit clunky. It's not optimal, but it's, again, it's designed really to be a 2-player game, co-op, that they're just kind of building in this functionality. And again, it's completely optional up to this point. I don't know if that changes towards the end or not, but again, it's kind of an interesting little gameplay mechanic that I wasn't expecting. But overall, this is a really nice surprise, one that I think most fans weren't expecting Nintendo to add. Again, they could have just easily put out the real game, or the main game, and people would have been happy. But I think what Nintendo is doing here is really experimenting. They're taking this opportunity to do a little side thing, a little 3 to 5 hour experiment to see if this is maybe the direction that Mario would go. It's not radically different. You're still basically doing a lot of the same things, but again, just in an open world environment where you can kind of take on levels and challenges however you want them to. Plus, I really do like how it changes to that stormy weather effect. It's pretty cool. And the boss battle, at least the first one, is really fun. So Bowser looks like a complete badass. Oh, and I should also mention too the music. The music in a lot of this is actually pretty rockin', which, as you know, is I'm going to be a big fan of, obviously. So anyways, sit back and enjoy me playing up to the first boss battle of Bowser's Fury.